So, good evening, everyone. This is Greg. Welcome to the stream. Also, good evening, Rooks. long time no see, like at the start of a stream. Oh, hey, Jungle Robot. Thank you for the 19 months. Jesus, like I would not spend 19 months on myself, and I'm me. But how are we doing today? It is very cold. I am very tired, and I think it's kind of like showing. It is 3 degrees Celsius at the moment at 9 p.m. So we're like on a very very good track for like hitting like absolute zero. Well, not absolute zero, but like hitting 0 degrees by midnight probably, which I'm really not looking forward to. Thankfully, I've got like air conditioning right off frame there. And I've got a fully loaded AC and I'm not afraid to use it. That kind of thing. Because nice when we get some music from the games themselves. I mean, yeah, but the problem with that, I like nowadays you don't really know like which games are safe. Like as an example, right? Why is there we go. As an example, when I streamed Mario Odyssey, like I did like a Switch stream where I played like 2 or 3 different things at one time. Let's lower this. I got like content I did for the Steam Gardens music. I'm not gonna play it on stream. You can Google it, but I like it so much. It's like my phone ringtone. Well, ringtone. My phone theme at the moment is Steam Gardens from Mario Odyssey, and I got content IDs both by Nintendo and by some random label that had a remix of Steam Gardens on their track list. So yeah, I'm becoming more and more weary of using remixes of like games for like the intro. Like I might like save them for like specific games if they have like some kind of like, you know, recognizable tune, which is fine. But I probably won't like do it for like a permanent thing. Like the nice thing is like there are like a few options, like Miracle of Sound. I would like highly recommend getting to their site. Like you can actually streaming on YouTube makes it easier to play music. I mean, I don't know how the licensing works. It might. I've never actually looked into it, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But like there are like a few options. Like again, like Miracle of Sound has like a kind of like a blanket statement of you can use it without altering it, so long as you give proper credits. So it's kind of like Creative Commons, but like a bit more informal. There's sites like what's his name, like Harry Keller or whatever his name is. That
all these controls.
What's that? The key?
Works.
Wait, key? Oh, wait, yeah, I did get like a key last time. Where do I use it? But like the Harry Keller thing is also, you know, a thing. So now what?
This thing's.
So just like click random things until stuff activate? I do. Okay. Nice. Okay. Now what?
This thing's.
This is not good puzzle design. I mean, seriously. Like, I have no idea what I'm even doing at this point. I'm just like flipping random switches up and down. Really? Oh, wait. This. Oh, wait. Is my objective to get everything like up to like full? Oh. Because I guess I need to go do something with that. This is such, like, dumb puzzle design. Oh, no.
This thing.
But yeah, there are, like, options. Like, if you want to, like, attribute stuff to people. There's, you know, again, like, Miracle of Sound, the Harris Keller thing. There's, like, the Stream Beats thing, or whatever it's called. In Computec, like Kevin MacLeod, I don't know how that's pronounced, also has like a very similar thing. Oh, look at that. I did it, I guess. And yeah, there's like a bunch of things, but like, I don't know. Like the Miracle of Sound ones are kind of like closer to my personal tastes. So there's that. Okay, we added this. Also, hey, Mana, hi, how's it going? How are we doing today? Got a job offer in Athens? Athens? Game Evo. Wait, Game Evo? What is Game Evo in Athens? I've never heard of that. I mean, I'm not living there anymore, but I'm like very curious to game show and gambling firm. Oh no, like gambling is something I would probably like stay the hell away from. No matter like the location. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing it online, so already sounds like very sus. But yeah, more people would make it easier to know where the music is from. I mean, yeah, that's like just good. What's it called? It's like just good, you know, work ethics. Kind of like properly crediting and attributing stuff that you use. Wait, what? What? Gas. This says gas in Russian. Wait, am I melting away the Yukol village? Excuse me? What? Did they just like fuck up like these people's like entire village? Entire secret village? Oh no, what? Oh. No, I just activated defrost mode, I guess, for this ship. Oh my god, like, was I supposed to talk with someone that would tell me what to do, or like why I'm doing it? I have no idea. I just like came in here and started pressing things. Because I got like the Vorarlberg key and I was like, you know, that's probably like the only place I'm going to be able to use it. Gambling is better than game gambling. But I mean, ethically maybe, but it's also not like a very secure, like, you know, job choice, I guess. Mindless distraction. Yeah, yeah, maybe in like a first-person shooter, but like in a point-and-click game, I would at least like to know the motivation for doing that. Or, you know, the reason, or like, hell, even like the justification. Like, you know, in Deponia, that game can go fuck itself, by the way. You know that like whatever is happening is because like Rufus is like a colossal dick. As an example. As a job is probably pretty stable. It actually kind of depends on like regulations, because depending on which country you're based in, gambling related businesses are more liable to closures, seizures, seizures of assets, getting your license revoked, you are under way stricter legislation than like your average kind of like commercial like project. And you are also messing with GDPR if you're based in Europe, because you, like, as for a gambling company, you are required by law to have what is called as KYC for your clients, which is know your client, basically. KYC stands for know your client. It's like basically you need to do due diligence, which means you need to collect personal information about the people that use your like site or like your establishment or whatever, just so that you can make sure that like all the gambling that's happening isn't being done to launder money, or like the money that is coming into your organization, because it's like usually in large volumes, doesn't
Hans,
like come from
are you
criminal
ready to continue
activities.
the voyage?
We are only missing your friend, the Yuki.
Wait, the Yuki?
You want to take the Yuki?
Excuse me?
We might need him, Kate.
Oh, fuck off. I need to go to where the cage is? Why? How does this guy know about the Yuki anyway? Like, Hans literally didn't see the Yuki all throughout this game. Like, nowhere. Because the Yuki was with us in what was like the first town called? We freed from the brothers, the Burkov brothers, and then when we finally are like ready to go back to the train, the brothers steal it, and then we chase them. And at no point does Hans ever see the Yuki, as far as I know, or as far as I remember. I may have missed something, but you know, the first half of this game like started out so great, but like the second half of it just like keeps going off the rails. It does so many things that it doesn't explain, and honestly, it's getting to be a bit too fantastical for my taste as well. Whereas like the first game certainly has like this kind of like nostalgia magic, but not like actual, fantasy elements. This is just like goes on and on and on. And yeah, like the end objective is to go find the mammoths, I guess, but yeah, I don't know.
Go. You leave now.
It's like halfway across developing this, they got bored of it, or they thought it might be like a bit too boring to have Kate do like regular stuff. So instead she goes into dreams and, solves puzzles by drowning rodents or something. That was last stream, by the way. Or apparently sails into the Antarctic on a wooden ship. Yeah. At night. Like, literally these two characters should have been like popsicles by now.
Sir, it's Detective Canton on line 3. Shall I tell him to call later?
No, I'll take him, Jesse.
Sir, if I may, sounds like he's in trouble.
Hand him over. Canton? Canton, where are you?
In hell, Martin. In hell. I'm jacking in, Martin. We'll never find
I'm checking in? What?
Walker's gone. Far away. Into another world. Can't do nothing for her now. I'm coming home, Martin. If I can.
This time, we're screwed.
Yep, you said it.
Well, goodbye. Goodbye, Kate Walker.
Oh my god, they were trying like so hard for like the entire game to get her back, and now it's like, oh, okay, goodbye. Nice knowing you. I seriously can't believe this game reviewed as well as the first one, because it just like goes off the rails in so many ways. Did we really not pay this much attention to cohesion back in the day? I'm like very curious about this. Like, did we seriously not pay any attention that like stuff that happens has to happen for a reason? and that like characters need to be like consistent from chapter to chapter.
The Yuki slept throughout the trip.
Aww. Yeah, that penguins. Woo. 90s and early 2000s. Yeah, but like, oh, especially adventure games. Like, it's like most of them were like very highly reviewed. Like it took something really, really bad, like Hopkins FBI or something, to, you know, go below 50% score back then. Like this was like an 87 or something, and the first one was like a 90. But seriously, the second half of this like has nothing on the entire first game. This is just like spectacle for the sake of it. It's like, let's put in like giant vistas and like impressive crystallized ice formations and underground frozen villages and a journey across the ice flows, and they don't bother tying that together like in any way, shape or form. They just like give you a book in like chapter 2, which is this thing here. Oh, hold on, sorry, it's this thing here, which basically tells you like the entirety of what you're gonna do afterwards. Like literally, this contains all the solutions to all the puzzles so far. And yeah, the characters make very little sense. Like Kate's bosses deciding that they, like, after spending all the time and effort to like get Kate back, go like, sure, just like forget about you, we're done, at like the very first sign of trouble. Or like the Burkov brothers like go from like incompetent to just like criminal masterminds. It's that's another Penguins market. Yeah, I'm not talking about like the accuracy in like depicting these locations. I'm talking about how they focused more on the visual aspect of it rather than, you know, what was like the strong point in the first game, which was like the writing and the characters. Oh yeah, I mean, fair enough. I mean, I'm just like mid-rant now, so I'm kind of like you know, kind of just like got going there for a moment. So we get like a narwhal tusk. How did that get here? Like on its own? Shouldn't like the rest of the narwhal also be somewhere around here? You know? Penguins! Yeah, okay, she can't lift it. But yeah, I just don't get it. Why? How? Why and how, basically, did this review almost as well as the first one?
There we go. We can leave now.
Aw. Like, this can't have been like the only puzzle here, right? Wait, what?
And good riddance to you, Kate Walker. Bah! What's that? Oh no! Bleeding boat stuck.
What? Why is this guy here again? How did he even get here? Seriously, why? See, this is what I said. Like, in the very first, like, city, town, village, whatever, we actually see this guy be very, very incompetent and also have another very, very incompetent brother. And, like, at this point of the game, he's just, like, appearing, like, I don't know, like a James Bond villain or something. Like, he just won't die. Right? You get what I mean? This is not good writing. Like, just, like, bringing the same guy up and just, like, making him progressively worse is not good writing.
Hey,
seriously.
You there?
James Bond. James Bond. So, like, I'm talking about, like, not the villain, but, like, the big bad. Okay, let me... You asked about Syberia scores. Hold on. So Syberia II on Metacritic on where was it? Wait, wait. Oh god. So okay, Syberia 2 has 80% average, 8.4 user score. And Syberia 1 has 82. So yeah, 82 and 80, so it's like relatively high. Maybe not like perfect scores, but then again, I don't think like any point-and-click game outside of like Monkey Island ever had like perfect scores. Or like close to perfect. But yeah, this is like the second half of this game is not an 80% game, it's like a 60 at best. Of course. Oh, wait. Oh, I know what we need to do. I need to break the ice to get back to the ship. Awesome. Yeah. She can't lift the anchor, but she has enough strength to smash ice floes. These things are like if you've ever like seen these things, they're like not thin. If they can support your weight and float, they're at least like this thick, right? So she would not be able to break that. No, it's like 82 to 80. So yeah, I kind of like remember it being like higher. What am I even doing? So. Ivan is up there.
So that's what was blocking the gate.
How interesting. Yeah, take the time to tidy it. Also, by the way, can you actually tell that like whoever did the visual design, probably not Benoit Sokal, who did like the general drafts for this, doesn't know what they're doing? This is a barrel in like the more kind of like colonial European, maybe American style of having very thin planks and wrapping them around with sheets of metal, like very thin strips of metal. Can you tell like how the rest of the ship is built? With like very thick logs and planks tied together with rope and probably like tar at some point. This, like the people who build something like this would not be building a barrel to look like this. And if anything, and like I don't know, because maybe of the cold, it wouldn't have been something with like clay. Wait, what? Oh god. This is gonna be for a puzzle. Like I can smell it for later. But also these boxes, like all of like these, they don't smell. They don't smell. Sorry, I was like reading what Rooks was saying. Like all of these, they don't like mesh together really well. Like the barrels would not have looked like this, like clean, this like industrial, this like processed in this environment. And this is the thing, you can kind of like ignore little breaks like these if the rest of the game is like on point. But the moment you start like seeing like gaps, like I don't know, okay, not everyone, like at least me, the moment I start seeing like gaps in the design and the writing and all of that, I immediately start focusing on dumb little shit like that. Like, see, they have like clay pots. That barrel would not have been made in a Yukon village. People that build their boats like these out of like bones and like wood and stuff, they do not use metal strips to bind planks together, especially thin planks that like you kind of need them to be thin to be able to curve them so that you can make them in a barrel shape instead of like a vase or something. Yeah, I do like environmental design, by the way, in case you couldn't tell.
I'm okay.
Were you hurt?
He forced me to come down this way. That's all.
We're going to take care of him. The Yuki slept. I should have known. Ivan was stowed away here.
How? And, like, why?
That looks like it was designed to stop the Ark. That looks like it was...
Okay, I got the hook. Now what? Go back? Probably would pay more attention to those things about the battle you're going on about. And this connects to the plot because people talk as if the works they praise aren't things that wouldn't happen in their own judgments. What do you mean, like people that like judge these things would probably like make the same mistakes if they were making these games?
Rotten mechanics. How's it supposed to work? No. No. No.
Out of the question to tackle him straight on. I've got to find some trick to head him off.
I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Yeah, neither do I. It's not been a very fun week, and also kind of like been getting very, you know, the missus is still like bronchitis. That's what it is, bronchitis. I couldn't remember the word for this yesterday, but yeah, bronchitis is the word I was looking for. So she's finally, like, the doctor finally like booked an appointment like tomorrow. So there's probably gonna be like antibiotics involved and like a lot of like medication for like the sore throat.
I'm not going...
There's a story of Syberia, by the way. Well, do you want the short version or like the long version? Because I could do both, actually. Well, at least of the first two Syberias. I've never played 3, even though I have it. The Gregor rant version. I mean, come on. I don't rant that much. It's just like, you know, commenting on things as they come along. The middle one. Okay, so the protagonist is this lady, Kate Walker, who was a lawyer for like a big law firm in the United States. Even though this game is made in France, I don't know like what everyone's fascination is with, like, the States in like the early 2000s, but there you have it. And she is sent to negotiate the acquisition of a toy factory in France. It turns out that that factory still has like one remaining owner, which is this guy here, Franz Vorarlberg. And basically the entire first game is spent trying to track down this guy to get him to sign the release of the factory to the new owners. Turns out this Hans guy has a dream, and that dream is to see the mammoths. Like, quite literally, that's like his dream, to see mammoths. These things. So in the backstory, he spent like the 50-odd years of like his adulthood traveling with these people, the Yukols, who like were like fabled to have like been herding the last remaining mammoth herds in like the far reaches of Syberia. At the end of the first game, you find him. Turns out this guy's like an amazing inventor, and he's been making automatons, which are basically kind of like steampunk robots. The train you may have seen in like previous streams or like at the start of this one was also made by him, and he's like invented everything that he has up until this point. just so that he can manage to see mammoths before he dies. And this is like probably close to the end of the second game, where we are nearly getting to Syberia, the island. Not Syberia with an I. Syberia with a Y, which is like by like the like supposedly like the island that the mammoths still exist on. Oh, there we go. And that's kind of like the Kate Walker. Like the first game kind of characterizes her as like a very ambitious young lawyer that wants to like get this done so that she gets like the promotion or something. But at the end of the first game and like the start of the second one, she's shown to kind of like start kind of like caring for Hans as like a father figure or something. Which is also, by the way, it's like interestingly enough reinforced by the fact that she only has like her mother's number on the cell phone, which I mean probably hints that like either like she doesn't know her father, she's like an orphan or something, or that like her father passed away or something like that. And like Hans is kind of like acting like a father surrogate or like a older brother surrogate or something like that. So yeah, she's not like quite being dragged along. Like the first half of the second of this game does a pretty good job of like showing her like kind of like reevaluating her life, kind of like deciding that she doesn't want to be a lawyer anymore. She wants to help Hans realize his dream, and so on and so forth. What? Wait, is he gonna get killed by the penguins? Really? Oh no, that was like the dumbest ending ever to character. Okay, yeah, you've seen it here, folks. Mauled by a penguin. Oh no, this is such a like. See what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he took the egg thinking it's a rock, but like, oh. It just like looked so goofy. Why did they have that shot at the end where like the penguin kind of like does like the equivalent of like the Jurassic Park roar? That's so dumb. God. Wouldn't like a bear be like more like, I don't know, natural looking? Like they stripped him, but he yells at the end. Like they made it like they framed it as if they pecked him to death, as if they like surrounded him and pecked him to death. That's no. Why game? Why? They ate him. Jesus freaking Christ! No. Oh, this game started out so good. I was like enjoying it up until the part where we go into the church. And even then I was kind of, yeah, okay, this looks like more Greek than Russian, but fine. I can like overlook that maybe they're not like very religious people, the people that made this game, and they haven't really done like the research. But the more this goes on, it's just like it goes beyond just jumping the shark. It just like skull fucks the shark. Jesus Christ. Ah. Oh, it's been a while since like a decent game like took this much of a plunge. And need I remind you, in the last stream, the guy that just got mauled by penguins apparently tried to kill us by throwing rocks at us from above, only to get stopped by a totally random character flying a plane and crashing next to them. Or, you know, being launched from said plane with like an ejector seat to get back to the train. What? Stone plate? Okay, I guess. I was gonna say flying penguin. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. If the game does decide to go that direction as well. Good grief. Oh. Like this game just like went off the rails is such an understatement that I don't want to use it. And you know what the weirdest thing is? Like the first game and like the first half of this game were more or less kind of like subdued. Like, yeah, there were like the slight kind of like steampunk-ish elements. Slightly fantastical, but like within the realm of like mechanics and physics and, you know, believable in one way or another. Like, we talked about this with Mana last stream. About like consistency being a thing. But here it's just like any random shit that wants to happen just happens. Because like whoever was rendering these thought it would look cool.
Syberia.
God.
The mammoths?
Further on, behind the fields of blue grass.
Let's go.
It's not an easy thing, but we will manage, Kate. Be patient.
Sure.
Riveting dialogue though. Be patient. Sure. It's like, what? More emotion, please? Did someone forget to add emotions to these characters? So here's like one puzzle that I'm pretty sure I know what's gonna happen. We need to lure the Yuki in here. Though I like no clue where the Yuki is.
The mammoth's plains, Kate.
It's just a gate, after all.
It's like you don't like too much about things.
The mechanism.
You don't think too much about things because you could spend more time on the games last. Ranting about them if you went that route. Well, yeah, but like I enjoy picking up like details about games. I don't do this with like every game that I play. Like if a game is just bad, I'm just gonna like drop it, you know. I have done that in the past. Like think of all the games I never finished on stream because I couldn't just like keep going much further. Syberia flower, okay. No, it's like another one of these plates here. Okay. So can we go back to the ship? Like through here, maybe? You said Edna and Harvey was worse on those. Edna and Harvey, I have like different problems with. Edna and Harvey was not a game that was not like a series that started off grounded in some semblance of reality and like progressively went off the rails. It was not a series that started with like believable characters that eventually became, I don't want to say caricatures, but like they're very close at this point. Especially Kate and like her mom and like the lawyers that you see in the in-between sections. No, like Edna and Harvey pissed me off because the puzzles made no sense. What the fuck? Is that like this guy's head? What? Oh wow, this is gruesome. Like seriously, this is gruesome. Like from like that angle there were actually flies over the corpse. See, this is what I mean. Like this game had like kind of like a fairy tale, kind of like nostalgia laden adventure-ish theme so far. And now it just like went from like a guy being mauled by penguins, complete with like a gratuitous shot on the penguin as it rips off like the clothing. And basically finding like a decomposing corpse still standing here, and like flies coming off of like the where his head used to be. Jeez, like no, why? God, I don't know. No, Edna and Harvey is kind of like hard to explain. What like everything that rubbed me like the wrong way.
Slept throughout the trip.
But it was very badly written characters, very inconsistent tone, puzzles that made no sense, a very callous disregard of people with mental illnesses, often played for laughs, villains that made no sense, very bad translation also, which kind of persisted when they remastered the game and re-released it in like a different engine version and art. Oh, yeah, enough with the bile. Let's see some mammoths.
Let's hope this works.
For what I'm saying about this game, I don't hate it. I don't hate this game. I'm just like, I played the old version as well, but I never just like played all the way through it. I was just curious to see what they changed. So after I was done with like the stream of the remaster and finished the remaster, I went back and installed the original just to see like what the difference is. Like for example, like it's all like more hand drawn in quality rather than like kind of like smoother lines. It's in standard definition, not in widescreen. I think they reworked some of like all of the characters and like some of the locations. No, I was just like curious. Like I wasn't gonna play the game a second time. I just wanted to see how it like looked visually, you know. Like I wasn't gonna like play through it again. Okay, like let me convince you like I don't like hate this game and I'm not just like ranting for the sake of ranting. There's actually a lot of things I like for like specifically about this game. I've mentioned this like a bunch of times, like the sense of nostalgia that this game kind of like exudes is like second to like very few other games. And this is nostalgia, like I'm feeling nostalgia about a game that I haven't played before. It's like this whole kind of like melancholy air that it has about like you know what was lost in the transition between like, you know, simplicity and technology, for example, because there's like a lot of these themes kind of like running throughout Syberia I and Syberia II. Like Hans Vorarlberg like being this like incredible technologist that is making like automatons and clockwork trains and like all these weird contraptions that you solve your way through in the two games, like the horse display at the start of Syberia II that you have to fix, and like kind of like juxtaposed with his wish, his childhood wish to go back and see the mammoths, which is like so simple, so kind of like pure, and you know he's like this amazing inventor that like keeps pushing the boundaries. But like deep down, what all he wants is to kind of like regress back to when he was a kid. That's like amazing theming, and the game never kind of like hits you over the head with it. Even like the flashback sequence, like when you go into his dream world, it's not built in such a way that like it keeps like shoving the subtext into your face and going, huh, look at that, aren't we clever? No, they trust the player to like make these connections on their own if they can, and if they can't, that's fine as well, because there's like also this like, you know, visual trip that kind of accompanies that thematic trip. So there's like something for everyone here, and that's like so good. Also, it's quite well structured as far as the puzzle aspects go. Maybe for my taste the puzzles are kind of like a bit on the easy side because I've seen them in other games before, but they still follow like some kind of like logical progression where like for most of the game, train puzzle notwithstanding, because that one I either missed the dialogue or the game doesn't quite explain it. But like for the most part, you always have like a clear goal of what you have to do. I also spoke about this last stream where you always have like a very clear goal. You have to get the train moving for most of like Syberia II, and well, in 1 you have to find Hans. So like everything that Kate does, all the puzzles or like the progression that happens is centered around that, which is also kind of like very, it makes like a very cohesive whole of kind of like, you know, parts. To find someone making an in-depth analysis where they actually had to talk to other people to extract. Oh yeah, I mean, this is like a brief aside from what I'm talking about. What you're talking about, like not being able to get all the nuance on your own. This is mainly because these games are made by many people, and they are played by many people. So each person that plays a game, because this is an interactive medium, I've always said this. Because it's it's like one of like the uniquely the most interactive entertainment medium you can partake in. This is like stories that you can kind of influence on the fly. Because each person that plays this kind of like brings their own kind of like experiences and outlooks and kind of like takes away different things. And because like so many people actually work on these and put their own views and ideas and experiences into these, the best games are the ones where that kind of like harmonizes into like a whole, and that whole can be examined by different people and they take away different things from it, and then they can kind of like compare experiences. Those are like the best games. And yes, Chrono Trigger is one as well. The first Syberia, maybe not 2 because it has like some missteps, but like the first Syberia is one. Planescape Torment is one of those. Like Baldur's Gate 1 is one of those. 2 kind of like went a bit more grand, so maybe not as much, but like half my shelf there is like games that you can say this about. So it's like the Fallout. Yep. Sorry about that. Come on, get out. So it's like the Fallout games. There's like Neverwinter Nights. It's like the Dungeon Keepers, Half-Lives, the System Shocks. Like anything that came out in the mid-90s that was like one of like the major games of its time. Like 98 and 99 specifically had so many good examples of this. Because in like 98 and 99, we had Baldur's Gate, we had Deus Ex, we had System Shock, we had well, Planescape Torment, we had like Quake 3 and Unreal Tournament, we had like Half-Life come out. Braid is one case that goes over the top. To me, Braid kind of came across as a bit pretentious. Like, the bit at the very end where you have to read all the books and you're like, oh no, my character is a monster after all. The chase is playing in reverse. I was actually trying to hurt her. She's trying to escape me. Oh no. Yeah, that bit kind of hit you over the head a bit too much. Ironically, Jonathan Blow sucks at making good endings. Apparently, The Witness also has like a very kind of like pretentious ending if you solve all the puzzles, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, Braid is kind of like a hit or miss for me. But you get what I mean, right? Generally, it's like many people make these. Many people. Here and here. I was like one more missing. Oh, I was like, okay, none missing anymore. Wait, can I just like put different ones? Oh yeah. So, wait, if I put them in the right spot, they kind of like get locked in. Because like I put like a few here and they... Oh. Oh no, I have to... have to see like how it goes here. So let's see, it's like the S symbol. Where is it? The S symbol, okay. Which kind of annoys you when some people try to kidnap the meaning some games have, where they'll distort some stuff to their own reality. People do that to the things and they're gatekeeping. I mean, yeah, different interpretations are part of it, but it also kind of depends. Like some games are not built with like different interpretations in mind, and it becomes less interpreting something and more kind of like projecting onto it, depending on like the game, of course. Like I can't think of like any like specific examples at the moment. It's like the wavy thing. Oh god, what's the? It's like the weird little like H thingy with the dot. This one goes here. Sometimes the projecting gets a bit too heavy. Yeah, I know. I've seen that, unfortunately. It's like the upside down thingy with the two lines. See, this is like the problem with like these games. It's this. Yeah. In 2004, resolutions were not high enough for this puzzle to make sense, because a lot of these icons are kind of like muddied, and I can't like really tell at a glance what symbol is what. So I have to kind of like check and double check and try and like, you know, do the thing where I kind of like hope that I'm doing the correct solution. Am I not doing this right? This sucks. Hold on. We need the the T symbol. Where's the T symbol? It's like this one here. So it's like the upside down F. That's this here and this here. So no? Huh. Is it puzzle related? Final Fantasy VII is Genova written. We absolutely can't tell in the. Yeah, I know. It's like, again, like you have to consider that these games. What? You have to consider like these games, like the assets were made well before, like, you know, compressing technology was where it's at today, right? I guess we've gotten all we could from this. There's like something else that we need to do here.
So beautiful, isn't it?
Yes.
Syberia.
Yes, we have. Did anyone see that, like the subtitle there? Like
Yes.
Han says it's so beautiful, and like Kate's subtitles go, "Yes, we have."
You're going to call them?
Yes, with the flutes, like the ancient ukulles.
Do you know how they work?
No.
Okay. Let me try.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of like infamous examples of like what you're talking about, like Castlevania II on the NES, which due to character limitations would go, "What a horrible night to have a curse," or like half the NPC dialogues didn't actually make sense because they were like mistranslated. Oh no! Oh no! No! Wait, what am I... How am I even doing this? Oh, hold on. Like this?
Nope, that doesn't work.
Take the size of this to calculate how fast Sonic is going. What? Well, I have no idea what that means. Sorry. Huh? Should like a clue here. Critical myths and legends, blah blah blah. Lost island to the north of the tundra where still exist live mammals, relics of an ice gone age, and that's population that was being preserved for more than 12 centuries, blah blah blah. I mean, yeah, but those are kind of like more fun projects, like kind of like fun and silly projects. I don't know if that's like such a bad thing. The Ark set sail again 10 years later with more frozen mammoths. The phenomenon continued for millennia. Every 10 years the Ark would reappear, each time filled with immaculately preserved mammoths. The Yukols interpret the phenomenon as an act of benevolence on the part of the soul of the congeners. Blah blah blah. For centuries nothing seemed to affect the Ark's mysterious roundabout. The Ark returned earlier than expected and empty. This was 100 years ago. Poor Yukols felt deep despair. Everything they had blah blah blah. Most valiant tried hard to maintain hope, especially because the Ark still continues peregrinations. Jesus. Born away in the seasonal ocean tides, many Yukols had left the village forever, trying to despair, blah 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 blah. Poor southern souls around the befouled minds in alcohol, recounting down like in mammoth tales to fellow alcoholics. So, I do remember... Jesus Christ. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I do remember there was like a mural back at the ship, which is like pissing me off having to go all the way back there. And I also did that with the Leap of Faith and Assassin's Creed. But yeah, I mean, that's like, it is real math. Like, the math itself is real, like, regardless of like what you're calculating. Like, the results might not make sense in the real world because, you know, there's no blue hedgehogs that go in supersonic speeds in the real world. But like the math is still, you know, just as real, at least like in my opinion. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just need to go back to the ship and figure out the combination. Like, very annoying. So it's starting to get very cold in here again. What's the temperature now? Ooh, 2 degrees. Oh boy. Just get a little bit of heat going. You know, I wouldn't want to end up like these mammoths. But yeah, let me go back to like what I was saying about the game, because I do tend to interrupt myself, kind of like lose my train of thought. So yeah, like thematically, this is like a very well-made game for the most part, and like, okay, more like the first one. Wait, actually. How about this side? Oh god. But yeah, I mean the art itself is also really good, especially for a 2004 game. Like the backgrounds. I mean, they did have like Benoit Sokal working on this, so there's like very little wonder that it turned out as it did. Like if you like the visuals in this game and like the Syberia games, you should also like try Amerzone, which is another like earlier Benoit Sokal game. Is that thing turning on? I'm getting a bit chilly. Also, I kind of appreciate the like the decision to not have like soundtracks everywhere and to kind of have a few areas where it's just like the ambient sounds kind of like playing in the background. Because then they can kind of like use the swells in music to how to explain it, to kind of like emphasize like the more dramatic like moments. Oh, I'm sorry. God. Yeah, I mean it's like how about if I do like this?
It's stuck.
Oh. Yeah, a bit of an introspective moment. I mean, yeah. Wait. Wait, is it active now?
This thing's...
Oh, okay. Oh, I know. Need to do it like this. This is where we put in the... No, hold on. Maybe these need to be open. So it was like one here and two here, right? This is like the 6 dots from the ship. Nope. Maybe the big dots were like the open ones. No. I can barely hear the actual puzzle over the ambience in this place. Pretty sure it was like one up top and two to the side. Feels like this. Get a bit of an like introspective moment. I mean, yeah, but it's not just that. It kind of like, you know, calms down a little bit for like those sections. What if I open it with like all of them? I'll go back to the ship and like make another note now that I know what I'm looking for. That's a bit of what you meant. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Like, it's like, you know. Oh, shit. Yeah, I actually clicked off screen because this game runs in standard definition. Every time I take my mouse, because I'm playing on a widescreen, every time I take my mouse like beyond here, like it goes like into like the desktop on the next screen. So if I like drag it too fast and click it, it kind of like clicks outside the window and it minimizes the game. It doesn't lock the cursor to like the window borders. So, So one thing that this game needed, especially if they were going to do this thing where like clues are like 10 screens away from like the actual puzzles, would be some kind of like fast travel. Or some way to keep notes of like what you're finding. Because yeah, like, it's like 2004 at this point in time. They didn't really like have like a lot of adventure games with, like in-game note taking or like screenshots and stuff like that. But it wasn't far enough that like everyone was kind of like used to pen and paper notes. Comment reminded you of Simon 3D. I mean, a lot of adventure games did this. Like they would separate the clues and the solutions like very, very far. Oh wait. So if we take it out like a grid of 6, it's like open, half open, open, half closed, open. Yeah. Let me actually make a note of this. Give me just a moment. Got my trusty pen here. You had to do so much walking around. I mean, yeah. Again, a lot of adventure games did this. It's like kind of like a byproduct of what I was talking about last stream, where like they got like some cheap playtime out by forcing you to go back and forth between locations. So I don't think you were here for that stream, but like in the previous stream yesterday, there is a puzzle where after that plane crashes that I talked about, you need to figure out how to lower the pilot that like his parachute was caught on a tree. You need to lower, like make sure to like contact him so that he wakes up and comes down. And because he's wearing like the aviator headset, you need to broadcast your speech to him via a nearby radio tower. And in that same radio tower, there's a radar. So what actually ends up happening to solve that, you need to go into the plane, figure out the pilot's what's it called, like frequency, go to the radio tower, transmit your message by solving a puzzle, going back to the plane to talk with the pilot, learn that he can give you access to his like eject seat, then go back to the tower, use the radar to figure out where you need to head, then go back to the airplane wreckage a third time and input those coordinates so that you get launched there. So it's like going back and forth through 4 different screens 3 times. So it's like those 4 screens just like basically became 12 screens. So just like it tripled the game length just by like that area's game length just by doing that. Also, let me do it like this. Yeah, I mean it's not pretty, but it should do. Some of the kids that had a nice good game, they had to make it 3D. Yeah, I mean fair enough. I need at some point to get around to playing the Simon games. Even though, like, conceptually I don't like their ideas. Like, I've seen, like, the second one, I think? Or, like, maybe the first one, I don't remember. And, like, the humor kind of feels, like, juvenile. It's, like, exactly the kind of humor that, like, at 35 years old would piss me off. Or at least, like, make me dislike the game very, very much. But that's just me. I mean, I kind of like grew up that way. So I don't really like appreciate that kind of humor. I mean, don't get me wrong. It might get a laugh out of me, but then I'm gonna feel like very guilty that I laughed at that kind of stuff. Okay, is this like the final puzzle in the game? By the way, I'm like very curious because like we see the mammoths. What happens next? Actually kept the files for that version of it. I mean, you never know. Maybe like someone kept them and like 30 years later there's gonna be like a unearthing the original Simon 3. You know? Okay, let's see. So, got my notes here. And should be closed, half closed, open. Like this. No? Okay, so it's like probably like the other way around, right? It's like this. There we go. Oh yeah, again, I have never played it when I was a teen, which is why I can only kind of like judge them by my current self. And hopefully this is it for Syberia. I think. I do get the feeling that it's like the end of the game here. Mammoths. So yeah, like if they had been blaring background music all this time, this would not have felt so grand at the very end. So yeah, that's it. Syberia II. Also, I have to ask, what happens to Kate after this? Like, does she get back on the Ark and leave on her own? Can she even like handle that like a ship on her own? Weird ending. I mean, it's kind of like the culmination of like the themes of the game. Like, this is like basically a person's quest to realize their childhood dream. In this case, dreaming of like seeing mammoths in real life. And it's also kind of like a hero's journey for Kate, kind of like the culmination of like the, you know, trials and tribulations into like a cathartic ending thing. Yeah, it's kind of weird if you haven't like seen the rest of the game. Like on its own, it is kind of like abrupt and kind of like maybe a bit, you know, goofy. I liked it though. I mean, it's like a great cup for like everything that kind of like happened between these two games. Kind of curious now to see like how do they actually continue this onwards into Syberia III? Because yeah, there's like very conclusive ending here, and I assume that's like probably why it reviewed as badly as it did. As like the credits we just watched. Yep. So yeah, this is it, and we still have a couple of hours to go. That's not good. Oh, what do we do now? I don't actually have the next one ready yet. I was actually planning on doing that on like Sunday. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like, there's like this thing that for those of you that don't know, like one of my favorite writers is Sir Terry Pratchett, the creator of the Discworld series, amongst other things. And he actually kind of like explores themes like this, but like more humorously. One of those themes is kind of like the dichotomy between fairy tale and real life, and how like some people are so grounded in reality that they even in like fairy tale endings they always ask kind of like, okay, but what then? I'm like definitely one of those people. I'm like always like at this ending I'm like, okay, so what is Kate gonna do now? Like, is she gonna go back? How is she gonna survive? Just left on the back of a mammoth, no supplies. But yeah, basically Hans is like nearly dead at this point. He's like old age has caught up with him. Like, in fact, if you saw him at the very, very last part, he's got like some kind of like armor on that was like kind of like his life support thing, so that he can walk but like without assistance, without external assistance. Literally what you were trying to talk about earlier. I mean, yeah, fair enough. But yeah, again, thematically I really like these games. An exoskeleton, yeah, kind of like the steampunk version of that. So basically for like the entirety of the first game and for 60% of this game, there is a robot, an automaton character named Oscar. And basically when you get to the Yukol village, which is the map that I started the stream on, you find out that like Hans tells you that Oscar must unlock his heart for him, and that basically means that you need to solve a puzzle so that like Oscar kind of unfolds and becomes kind of like a suit for Hans to be able to move. But yeah, again, thematically I really like these games. It's like, again, nostalgia. There's like melancholy that like not a lot of these games used to do well. There's this feeling of like bygones, like, and something lost and something gained, and like the struggle like between technology and kind of like the more simple times. All those things that I talked about with like the dichotomy of like Hans Vorarlberg as like technologist, industrialist, and deep down I just want to see mammoths kind of thing. Puzzle design is generally, for the most part, logical up until like the last few puzzles of the second game. There's more or less clear direction at most times of what you need to do and a vague hint of how you need to do it, which is great. The soundtrack is amazing. The visuals are like very good for like a 2004 release. I just wish the characters remained more consistently written. And yeah, that's kind of like a thing that I usually give a lot of emphasis on when I play games. And unsurprisingly, it's one of the hardest things to do properly in games because they're interactive media. You can't really have like characters set in stone if you're gonna let the player control them, because then you have what is called, you might have heard it in like recent years, everyone talks about that, harmony? No, I was gonna say harmony of dissonance, and I'm like, no, that's not, that's a game. It's cognitive dissonance. Games are interactive stories. Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. It's like an interactive medium. Games are interactive media, which is like the plural of medium. And at the point, like, you can't like write a character for a book or a movie the same way you would write them for a game, because games are not as rigid in defining their characters as movies and books are, because you get to control those characters. And like you can see this most obviously in open world games, because those are kind of like games. Like, yeah, media is so wide a concept, but like I'm talking, games are an interactive medium. That's what I said. And in fact, they're like the most interactive medium that you can get, probably. Barring like the invention of like a holodeck or something. What was I talking about now? Interactive medium. Yeah, so like characters are not, they don't like really work as rigidly in games as they do like in movies and books, and you can see this in like open world games like a lot more like evidently, because a lot of like open world games, like for example, take Batman, take the recent Batman games like Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, specifically Arkham City, but like Asylum also works, and like Arkham Knight, I guess, is the third one. We don't talk about Origins much. Those games have like a very serious, brooding, dark story. So Batman is kind of like a, Bruce Wayne is kind of like a tormented, possibly even kind of like mentally unhinged character that kind of like struggles between leading two lives. You know, like the whole Batman thing, you know, like it's been done to death so far. So you have that character-wise, and then you have a gameplay that encourages you to go around and fuck around with enemies, fuck around with challenges, fuck around with collectibles, explore, get to the highest points and kind of like dive and cape glide over them. And like if you take that in the context of like a character, it is like wildly inconsistent. Like dark, brooding Batman would not take the time to go around and solve 150 different Riddler challenges, most of which involve like funny physics and just like being able to angle your batarangs around corners and stuff. So that's kind of like what you call cognitive dissonance in a way, in games at least. It's like a character that's been written in one way and acts like a totally different way. And this is kind of what annoyed me with this game, because like adventure games are like adventure games, and to a lesser extent RPGs, are where a writer can actually have a bit more rigidity in their characters, because in these games the writer controls most of the actions that you're gonna take, maybe not the order you're gonna take them in, and maybe there's gonna be like some leeway so that the game doesn't feel like railroading you into doing like certain actions. So there's gonna be like a few more funny dialogues, reactions, and all of that, you know. But adventure game characters, specifically protagonists, are like much more rigid in these games. And yeah, I see what Rooks is saying, but in adventure games that doesn't happen. You have to take it at face value because the game is asking you to think and act like the character would in order to progress the story. There's no manipulating physics or finding clever solutions with the environment or manipulating like enemy perceptions and stuff like that. There's like story and puzzles, and everything is supposed to be laid down in a way that the character would realistically, as they are being written, have reacted to. So let's take this game for example. If you take Kate Walker, the lawyer living a sheltered life in the United States, and then put her in a situation where she has to, in the freezing cold, climb a mountain using only handholds, and then use a what's it called, like an ejector seat to fling herself at a great distance so that she catches a train. That's cognitive dissonance, and that's less than cognitive dissonance. It's bad writing because that was intentionally written that way. I mean, everything is scripted. I mean, yes and no, because you're still having like input in the character actually performing the actions that they have to take, right? So it is scripted to the result is scripted, but like the process that you arrive at, like the scripted sequences, is not. You still need to use deduction. You still need to use logic. You still need to discover and familiarize yourself with what's happening around the character, so that you can take the steps that they would have to take, if that makes sense. But the thing is that you're putting the burden of having it be super realistically thought. I mean, not ideally. It just has to be consistent, not realistic. Like, take for example the Monkey Island games. Those are like cartoony and like very cartoony. At one point in like the second one, you use a pulley on a chicken to glide across a chasm. And yet those don't feel as inconsistent as this one, because that's generally a thing that characters within that game world, as the game world is written, would perform. Like you legit see other characters do the same crap that you do, the same funny things that you do. Other characters are shown to be getting into the same kinds of trouble that Guybrush is. Other characters are doing the insult sword fighting minigame with you. Other characters are functioning in that world in the same way as you. And like, for like a lot of the puzzles in Monkey Island specifically, you need to actually figure out what other characters are doing, which will clue you into what you are need to be doing as Guybrush in that context. Like, even book and movie stories can be torn apart. I mean, yeah, like everything that's created by humans can be picked apart by humans. Again, it goes back to like the whole experiences thing. And I do hope this is not like what you think I'm doing to this game. I'm just explaining why I find this to be annoying, like a good but annoying game, mainly because of how they chose to develop the characters in the second one. Which is like doubly annoying because the first one does like such a good job of it. The first one does an amazing job of showing like Kate being like a fish out of water. Constantly, like, there's like dialogue where she's like shown to be struggling with like, should I go back to my job? Should I go back to the safety of like my family and friends and work? Or should I just like stick it out here and see where it goes? Like, you know, there's like an arc, there's like development. In this one, she just like does dumb things. And I can't just like be sure. I'm not in like the developer's mind or anything, but I'm assuming that like a lot of the set pieces that like specifically annoyed me in this one were made because they were looking for more spectacle. They needed like a wow factor, and they didn't know how to otherwise incorporate it in the story. Again, the ejector seat puzzle, the rock climbing puzzle, The bit where you have to escape the monastery with that we did like the second stream, where you actually escape by sliding down a hill in a coffin. Yeah. I hate inconsistency in writing specifically, and character development doubly so. I'm like, I hope I'm making sense here, because these like clearly are like ideas that I haven't like had the chance to discuss generally, and I don't think like 10 p.m. on like a Wednesday, 10:30 p.m. Is like the time to kind of like solidify my thoughts on adventure game writing. Oh yeah, fair enough. I'm just like, I can only speak for myself though. I generally, like, I'm aware there's like people that have actually even like made careers of like tearing into stuff just for the lulz. Like Zero Punctuation, for example, like Yahtzee Crosho, like made like a literal career out of that. And there's like merit to that, because through like satire, there's like usually like a good opportunity to kind of like accentuate the problems and kind of like bring them into like sharper relief. People playing a game for 500 hours and then leaving a shit review. I mean, yeah, but like, it depends on the game. There's like games where you don't actually get to see everything until the 500-hour mark. Like, for example, Skyrim. Like, you could be playing Skyrim for like 1,000 hours and not see like every single quest, and there might be like one quest that like particularly offends you in like a very specific way. Like maybe you've played like the entire game and it's kind of like been average on writing, and then you get to like a particular quest that is like sexist, misogynistic, and kind of like offensive overall, and that kind of like destroys all the like previous 999 hours. Like, different people have different tolerances to different things. That's the thing. Like, clearly someone's not gonna play Syberia for 500 hours and then decide, oh, I'm not actually liking this game at all. But there's like types of games, like MMOs, for example, especially now that games kind of like evolve more towards like live services, or have evolved towards live services. I can totally see this like 500-hour example thing happening. Like, this game was amazing, but then they like rebalanced it and everything went to shit. Like, there's like been weirder things. Like, for example, I've put like 1,000 hours into like Hearthstone. I don't really play Hearthstone anymore. Like the meta has kind of like devolved down into aggro decks that like everyone is kind of like focused on getting like the fastest win possible. So like what I find fun, like combo decks and stuff that kind of, you know, has like weird and fun interactions, those don't really work anymore. So yeah, I've played like 1,000 odd hours of that, and I would not recommend that its current state. Retired trolls. But yeah, like those happen whether they've played the game for 500 or like 5 hours, right? Those, like, you can kind of like tell from the context. But if someone has played like 100 hours of a game and then kind of like tells you that like I like this and this, but then all of this, like, I found out later it was kind of shit. Yeah. But yeah, but that's the thing. You stop playing and you moved on to other things. There's like some people that like the concept but not the execution. Like, for me, I would still, if I had the time and didn't have like a massive backlog, I would still like to play The Secret World. Even though the shift to free-to-play ruined it for me, I still like the ideas behind it. I still like the themes. I still like the dialogues. I still like the writing, because honestly, like, say what you will for the guy, but like Ragnar Trunkvist is like really good at writing, well, quests. That kind of sounds like a bit mean, but he's like really good at like a very specific kind of like storytelling that's like more urban and less kind of like fantastical. I like the locations. I like the idea of having puzzle quests in an MMO, like the investigation quest in Secret World. But yeah, I would play that game. I wouldn't enjoy all of it. I would, like, if asked, I would still leave a shit review, or like not like a shit review, but kind of like a not very positive review. It's like you need to understand, like, some people, they tend to cling to things that they like, even if those things no longer become as fun. It's kind of like some people are wired that way. They get like into like something that they like, and then they can't get themselves to withdraw from that thing that they like, even though it's no longer the same. I mean, some people smoke, and okay, I'm kind of like comparing this to addictions now, which is not like the same thing, but like the underlying psychology of it, well, not like maybe the chemistry of it, but the psychology of it is kind of like the same. Like, some people know that what they're doing is no longer good for them, but they just want to keep doing it because it feels familiar, it feels safe, it feels like something that they're like a part of. Especially MMOs are kind of like built to foster that feeling, that like second family kind of thing, like the community, the interactions. And someone might hate a game, an MMO, for what they've become, but like they would like still keep. Hey, wait, what's my alert? Oh, hey, Tukiainen, thank you for the resub, much appreciated. Also, let me see what happened to my alerts. Oh, damn! I actually had the game window layered over the alerts window. Well, that was dumb. But again, it kind of like depends on the game. Like, I wouldn't take seriously someone that's played 500 hours of I don't know, what's like a single player game that's like short-ish. No, like a roguelike, like Dungeons of Dreadmore. I wouldn't trust like a review with 500 hours saying like, I don't like this game. I would trust a review that has like 500 hours on it and says that like, I liked these things, I didn't like these things, and like after 500 hours, the good things kind of fade away and the bad things remain. Because that's kind of like how these work. Like, good things become memories, bad things become annoyances. I mean, yeah, that's like a bit different. Anyway, while we were like discussing like very vague game design theory, let me just like see what else we can stream, because it's like still a bit early to call it. So like 10:40, damn. Anyone want to see anything specific? Should I just like launch Warframe and like mess around there for a moment? I don't know. I wasn't like prepared that like I wasn't expecting that like this would finish that fast. So let me just like bring up the spreadsheet for a moment. My challenge sheet, which by the way you can find at ATW. Aha. So we're like done with Syberia as well. Still wondering. I mean, again, I want to avoid doing like all these text heavy things, mainly because I can't speak as loud nowadays. With the missus in the other room, I'm making way too much noise. I'm actually like speaking a lot lower than I should, and I just have like the audio interface jacked up, which is why you might hear me spiking sometimes, or like pigging, I think is the correct word. And also the last time I tried to like play Phoenix Wright, I was doing the voices anyway and kind of like hurt my voice again. So it's unlikely. If it happens, it's gonna be at like some random point in time that I'm gonna feel confident that I'm not bothering anyone else with like all the stupid voices that I'm making. So yeah, don't hope too much for that. So yeah, like the next one is like the Council, which I don't have installed. It's like 10 or 11 gigabytes to download. Council. Yeah, I don't have that installed yet. And then there's like also Little Big Adventure 2. Which I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I'm gonna finish on stream at least, because I remember bits and pieces from that, and it doesn't feel like the kind of game that I'm gonna be able to complete. But yeah, so maybe I just like need to shift a bit to Warframe for tonight for like an hour or so. Let me just load that presentation up. Can play Zomboid. I don't own Zomboid, and I'm not really good at survival games. It's like Warframe. This one. Oh wait, why am I so dark? Why is my camera off center? What? Oh, this is not good. Let me fix things really quickly. No, okay. It's like much less dark. I don't know what happened there. Which is great to darker. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes like the scenes in XSplit, they don't keep my like webcam settings for whatever reason. So like, am I still out of? Have I seen Rift Break here? I remember seeing that like when it came out. What was it like? Rift Breaker. That was like the God, it's like a tower defense thing, base building thing. Let me check that on Steam. Yeah, I saw this, but I've never actually like played it, or you know, I think there's like a demo or something, like a prologue or something like that. So let me just like get Warframe up real fast. Do 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 do. Also, let me log in real quick. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like I don't really like do well with these kinds of games. Like tower defense games, I kind of stopped buying after. God, what was it? Oh, I need to change the channel thing as well. Channel admin. I kind of like stopped getting into like tower defense games after I played, what was it, like Defense Grid, I think, and I played that for like so long that it kind of became a bit 250 days. What's this? Eternal Stasis Cache. Eternal Stasis Sigil, Affinity Booster, Working Reactor. Solar Flare Sigil, Credit Booster, Working Catalyst, Affinity Booster, Exilus Warframe Adapter. Which one do I need? I want to say the Reactor is like what I need the most. Like the boosters are like whatever. I can get like other ones. So it's like either choose like between the Reactor and the Catalyst. The Exilus Adapter, I still have like 2 or 3 of them, so I'm not like hard pressed for more, even though they're like much harder to get than the other 2. I think I'm gonna go for this. But yeah, I'm just like light Warframe for another couple of hours. Or like hour and a half. Depends. But But yeah, I have seen Rift Breaker, but not a lot of gee, what's it called? Like not a lot of like actual gameplay. It's more like screenshots. Because I don't know, I just can't get into tower defense games anymore. Defense Grid kind of burned me out on the whole thing, if I'm being honest. So yeah, there's like the Razorback Armada thing. I did this yesterday. Oh, you know what? Prime Resurgence is up, and I would love to try and get I would love to try and get like a schematic for a friend, because I actually got like all the warframes that I needed off of this event, thankfully. Also, my camera here is a bit. I just noticed I was like so out of. There we go. Much better. But yeah, I actually got like everything that I needed off of this event, so I still have some Aya left that I'm not gonna use. So I kind of want to go try and get some stuff for my friend. So specifically, I remember he needs the Frost Prime schematic.
And the end of it.
Blueprint. So let's get 2 of these.
May the void bring you what you need. Don't let your uncle
Go
dash
back
him
to
down
the
now.
ship. I mean, like, ideally I would want like other people to join in with like the F2 meso. What we're trying to get is like the rare drop, which is like Frost Prime. But I don't think I'm gonna find anyone, because like the way this event has been structured, like each week they have like 2 warframes that are available to be gotten. And at the very end of the event, which is like the previous and this week, they have the last chance, which is basically 1 week you get like the 8 warframes from the first month of the event, and the second week you can get the 8 warframes from the second month of the event. So basically it's like the final 8 ones. So I'm thinking it's gonna be a bit hard to get like a specific group for F2. So I'm just like gonna queue by myself, and you know, fuck it, why not? Nope. I'm in solo mode. That's not good. Okay. CF2. No. Fingers crossed. Off to bed. Have a nice evening, man, and thanks for dropping by. And sorry for not joining in Zomboid. Had the game installed. I'm slightly playing it. I mean, yeah, fair enough. I'm just like, oh wait, are we stuck? I mean, I'm only streaming this because it's like something easy to like get like an hour of playtime in, without having to like set up a new game, a new scene, like, you know, something that I don't really need to get into for more than an hour, maybe like half an hour. We'll see. Like I assume people are gonna like start like getting bored of this and just like leave. Speaking of leaving, God, what's the temperature at the moment? Yep, still 2 degrees. Zomboid is weirdly addictive. I mean, it depends on like what games you get into. Like you'd probably like be very amused by what I get addicted to. Like basically recently I've been playing a lot, well, not like a lot, but like I don't know. I've played like a few hours of a game that I used to have on my cell phone called Tribal Town, and I recently found out there's like a Steam version, so I immediately like went and bought that and have been playing it like an hour every day for the last week or so. It's like one of like the simplest like game design ideas that It's kind of like basically match 3, but like with like a small twist added. And that was like having so much fun with it. Happened to you, Fallout Shelter? Yeah, actually I've played Fallout Shelter too. I'm just like, there's like too many like of these like distractions happening, so I kind of like had to like put it aside for a while. Like I probably have like a settler out in the wasteland for like 3 months at this point. Like I don't know like when exactly he died, but like I've sent him out 3 months ago. He's probably waiting for me to get back and like revive him to like get all the loot and stuff. That is from literally almost a decade ago. Wait, like Tribal Town was on Steam since like a decade ago? Like 2012? Wow. Okay. Okay, I need to lower the volume a little bit. Hold on. But yeah, I was like playing this on my phone like a few years ago, and it's like a nice distraction. Yep, have a nice evening, man. Thank you for dropping by. And have a good rest. Oh, December 2012. Okay, fair enough. I didn't realize it was that old. But yeah, I do enjoy that kind of like game, I guess, like the simplicity of it, and kind of like how easy it is to kind of like turn it on, do like a couple of levels, matches, whatever, and then just like close it again, and you know, you've had your fun. It's like kind of like lunch break games in a way. So yeah, I still need to like work on that a bit more. Oh, god damn it. Ember Prime. No. Well, this kind of sucks. Maybe I do need to find like a dedicated group running these for the next one.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Because I would really love to surprise my friends, like go, hey, here's the one thing that you were gonna farm for. Because after this goes away, we don't know like when Frost is next gonna be available. So, you know, it makes like a cool little fun thing that I kind of wish I would be able to do. Well, maybe just like try and like find a dedicated group, like I said. SOV6, Neo. I have like the chat behind me, behind the webcam. Let's see, Lith T8. No, Neo S11. Let me try. Let's see. Just like need to make this a radiant. So basically making like the relics radiant by using the void traces changes the loot drop chances. So it lowers the common drop chance and raises the rare drop chances. There's like no one running it though. Aw. Guess I'll just have to like solo queue and hope for the best. Just like another. Why not? Do another one of these. Hey, G-Scorpion, hi, Syberia ended fast. I mean, yeah, according to Steam, I played it for Syberia II. 9 hours. So it's like 3 streams. Well, 2.5 streams. So, yeah. It did end fast. Like I thought there was more to it, but I guess I saved just before the final chapter yesterday. But I couldn't go for like another hour and a half, so Come on, skip cinematic. We got the bug again. This sucks. Considering how much time I had open idle. I didn't like have it idle that much. Like if I had to like go back to my streams and like see, it would probably be, I think be around like maybe 15 or like 20 minutes overall. And like a lot of them were like in 2 particular sessions where I kind of like got too distracted chatting with people instead of playing. well, I say distracted. I actually rather like the chance to be able to talk more about games. And like being distracted has like negative connotations, which it's like definitely not the thing. I really do love being able to just like even say out loud like my thoughts on something, because that kind of like I feel helps them get like a bit refined, if that makes sense. Like talking about things helps me kind of like you know, hear them out loud, so to speak.
The relic has been cracked.
Although at the moment I probably like need to like contribute a bit more, because like all these people have done all the work and I haven't done anything. Yeah, I mean, not just like think of stuff, but kind of like refine them, you know, kind of like, you know, see, like thinking about stuff might, you know, be like a bit like you might think about stuff like a bit differently if you say them out loud, right? It's not just like, you know, thinking stuff at that time, but like, you know, taking stuff that you're already thinking and kind of like putting them towards a bit better. Also, they are already at the exit and I haven't done anything. Dear God. These guys must hate me. Ah, God damn it. Again. Neuroptics. Sicarus. Ah, fuck it. I'll get this. Even though I have this already. It's probably just another day for them. I mean, yeah, fair enough. I mean, I like this Warframe. I love Mesa, but it's like by far like not the fastest one for this kind of stuff. Like the Mesa is best when you play in like open-ended maps, where you can just like turn on the ultimate ability and kind of like gun everyone down from a distance. But especially in like tight corridors, and because it doesn't move very fast. So it's like a fun fact. Like aside from like health, armor, and shields, Warframes also have different base values for speed. So there's like a lot of Warframes that move like slower than other ones by default. Like it's kind of like built in. Fast ones are like Volt, Titania, I guess Ash? Yeah, Rhino is like one of the slowest ones. Like Rhino, Lavos, I think. Mesa is kind of like mid-tier. But yeah, like Mesa is not like the fastest one and doesn't really have like any movement skills anyway. Because like we had like a Mesa in the, we had like a Titania in the group before. So Titania has like a special mod that like most people kind of use, which lets her use her ultimate where she becomes like in pixie size and move, like it stacks movement speed on that by using abilities while you're in like pixie form, I guess.
Don't go leaving anything unsaid.
Yeah, like especially for like the lower tier, what do they call, like rifts, like the meso one I'm running. So basically the game has like 4 different difficulties of rifts, which is like the mission types that you run to unlock the relics that I'm buying. There's like Lith, which is like the low level ones. There's like Meso, which is like the level 15 to like 20 range, or like 25, 29. Then there's like the Neo ones, which is like 30 to maybe like 40. And then there's like Axie, that's like the highest level ones that are like 40 plus. And yeah, like specifically for like the low and mid tier ones like Lith and Meso, you'd probably like see people taking the fastest possible Warframes that they have, because you don't take a lot of damage from enemies and speed becomes like a lot more important. While like for something that's like Neo or Axie, you might want to use like a more sturdy Warframe. Or, oh god, why am I queuing on my own? Wait, what? Oh. Did I just like take everyone out from like the queue? God, that sucks. Jesus Christ. I did dumb there. I did a very, very dumb there. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I cancelled out because I was alone. It took way too long to load like the team in. Like you saw it when I pressed the X button, I was all alone in the group. And I like you don't want to run rifts solo, because like 4 people means 4 different relics, which means 4 different items. Well, four different chances at items to get. So like running rifts with anything less than 4 people is like the least efficient way of doing it. Like even if you don't want anything from like the stuff that they use, like their own relics, you can always like luck into getting something that you can either sell for platinum or use to get ducats, which then you can like trade for items when Barrow is in town, which is like a vendor that comes in like once every like 10 or 12 days. It's just a shame that the current Meso Extermination is in like a Grenier ship tile set, which is like the tile set that we're in at the moment. Because this one's like all angular, kind of like corridor-like, with a lot of, you know, blind spots and corners. So Mesa is like decidedly not good at this. Like rooms like these are better because I get like a lot of lines of sight to enemies. I can sight down like a lot of... Whoa, what? What killed me? What? Wait, was it like... Oh, this was like an electricity trap there. Dumb. Oh, that was dumb of me. I didn't even think it was like possible to die in like a Meso anymore. But yeah, like Mesa works best if you've got like a lot of like open areas. Like Mesa is great if you're doing bounties in like the open world locations like Plains of Eidolon or Fortuna or like Deimos. But in these map sets, like not so much, because there's like other Warframes that do a better job in close quarters and like tight corridors. Like sure, I'm getting like some kills, but I'm not like unleashing the full potential. I mean, I'm still at like 60% damage though, which is something. Oh, but yeah, I'm kind of hoping we get the Frost schematic. Got like 2 more chances, like one now and one's like the other one. Damn it. It's all like crappy ones too. Oh, I guess I'll get the Latron Prime. I don't have that. Whatever. Kind of sucks. Hashtag never lucky. But hey, on the plus side, we're like I'm about to like max out the Vermisplicer. So that's like 1 kit gun out of the way. 5 more to go, I guess. And also Nikana Prime is about to max out, which I'm kind of planning on doing Forma on it and like leveling it again, because Nikana Prime is really nice. Like probably not like the best melee weapon, but you know, it's got like very decent stats for like an all-around kind of like, you know, build it and exterminate. There we go. It's kind of like one of those games that you it's one of those weapons that you kind of like build in like a bit more like generic way, and it performs decently well like a generic build. Kind of like my Tenet Flux rifle that I have. That one's also like okay, but not, you know, exceptional in any aspect except like the fire rate. But it's like good enough that you can take it in up to high level missions and it would still like perform. More likely use stuff on Warframe out of taste than effectiveness. I mean, yeah, but like that would work up until like a certain point, but if you want to do like the really high level stuff, you need to start like kind of like doing like a bit of like meta gaming, like trying to maximize stuff out rather than you know, just like, you know, playing fashion frame. Like, don't get me wrong, like for 90% of the game that doesn't matter, but if you want to do like the really difficult stuff, like do like the high level railjack missions, and the steel path and arbitrations and all of that stuff. That kind of like requires that you that you use stuff that's like powerful. Still pick stuff. That's good. I mean, there's like good looking stuff that is crap in this game. Well, crap, not crap, but kind of like underperforming. Like to this game's credit, a lot of stuff that like most of the gear and warframes are functional in like one capacity or another. It's just like for like the end game stuff where like all the good rewards are, or like even like what's it called? Like even like raids? No, not raids. God, what are they called? Sorties, which is like this game's like equivalent to raids. Except the grenade launchers. There's like, what, 2 of them? Also, hi, Jungle Roba. How's it going? How are we doing today? Thank you for the resub earlier. I don't know if you heard that. Top 10, 20 stuff. But yeah, it's like you can totally play Fashion Frame for like 90% of the game and not worry about it. Like there's like very few things that are, you know, performance oriented. But unfortunately, those things also give you like really good rewards. So like eventually you'd probably want to get the good stuff to do those. Which is why I'm saying that, like, you know, like in that case you might want to like focus on performance more than looks. Also worth noting, because this game is so grind heavy, at some point you probably just want to be as efficient as possible and, you know, try and get things done as fast as possible. Currently just debating to buy the last things you need from Prime stuff. Wanna... Oh, God damn it. Again? Ah, this sucks. Wanna tell me what you're missing? Might like have a look and see if I have any of that to give you.
Another job well.
Because I think that was like my last Aya, unfortunately. I was actually trying to get Frost Prime's schematic to give to a friend, like the blueprint. Because he, like, we managed, like, between the 2 of us to get him, like, the 3 parts, but he couldn't get the blueprint to drop, which kind of sucks. Because, like, you know, Resurgence is about to finish, and he's still missing, like, a bunch of them. I mean, do I even have any more Aya? I don't think I do. Wait, no. Nope, I do not have any Aya. What are you missing? Nikana Prime? I mean, I have like a Meso N8, if you want to run that. Let's see, Spira Prime pouch. No, I don't actually have any of that. Cernos Prime lower limb. No. I have like the blueprint and the string. And Venka Prime. Oh. No. I'm missing the gauntlets myself. Well, I have like a relic for the Nikana Prime hilt if you want to run that. That's like actually just it. Also, if you're gonna buy them, you probably want to buy them now before the event like gets close to like ending, because like traditionally in these like online like player-driven economies, like the first few days, like the last few days before this like an event ends, the first few weeks after it ends are where the price like gets hiked up massively. It's like when everyone is like trying to capitalize on you know, FOMO, more or less. If trading them or just buying the premium Aya is cheaper. I mean, the premium Aya is not very cheap. Like for 3... Hold on. Wait, where's my Steam overlay? Wait, do I have it disabled for Warframe? Hold on. Do I have Steam overlay disabled for Warframe? Yep, I do. Why do I have... Why did I disable it? Yeah, it won't let me enable it while I'm in game. Well done. Well, anyway, I think you can actually go to the vendor and see the prices there. I think you need to pay something like 17 euros for 6. Performance? No, unlikely. Maybe it was when I had like the blue screens and I was trying to like do compatibility fixes to see like what was the problem. But I'm pretty sure you need like 17 euros for 3 Aya or something, like the premium Aya. But then you also get like a bit of platinum with them now, so I'm not like fully sure.
Primes. As bright as if...
Steam overlay goes absurdly high. Oh, I mean, yeah, fair. That it does. I'm not a robot. Click. You have to log in to see the prices. Why? That's so dumb. Okay, let's see. Regal Aya, buy now. Yeah, it's like 18 euros to buy 3 Aya, and that gets you also 200 platinum. A prime weapon costs 2 Regal Aya, so that's like basically 10 euros. So it's like basically 10 euros for a weapon, so you need like Nikana Prime, Venka Prime, that's like 20 euros. The 2 Spira Prime, like say like all the other parts with like maybe like another 2 weapons, because you're probably gonna end up like buying the weapons themselves, right? And then selling what you have. So you need like maybe like 40 euros to get the last remaining things. 10 for Nikana, 10 for Spira, 10 for Cernos, and 10 for Venka. So it's like you need like 8 Regal Aya, which means you need to either buy 3 of the 17 euro bundles or one of the 7 like the 7 euro bundle, which gives you 7 Aya, and then another 17. So it's like at minimum you need to pay something like 50 odd euros, and that I guess would get you also like 600 platinum. I think just buying them like from other players with platinum is gonna be cheaper, unless they're all at like fucked up prices, like 100 platinum each. Which I mean is not unlikely, if I'm being honest.
No pressure. Don't go leaving anything unsaid.
But yeah, I like, at least for me, like the premium Aya looks to be out of the question. Especially since it's only like weapons, it's not even like warframes. So there's like a high possibility that you just like want them for the mastery and then just like throwing them on the pile. Understanding basic economics, they should be cheaper now. I mean, they should be because it's the start of week 2, but as the event kind of like draws to a close, like maybe in the next 3 or 4 days, or like maybe like during the weekend where like a lot of people are going to be able to, well, a lot of people have already farmed that far. Like the more the event kind of like draws to a close and people are starting to get like FOMO because they're not getting their drops, the prices should go up. But yeah, now they should be slightly cheaper, probably. But then again, I don't really like understand online game economics specifically. Those are like totally different thing because you have to kind of like factor stuff like artificial scarcity and kind of like player psychology. Kind of like, it's not just like investor psychology, it's kind of like player psychology, because online worlds work with like slightly different dynamics than real world economics do. If that makes any sense. And again, I'm like by far not a like not even like knowledgeable in these things. Kind of like I'm just like very kind of like amateurishly picking stuff up as I go along, and that's about it. But yeah, I guess it's like worth a look, but I at any rate, paying money to buy the premium Aya is probably not a good idea. Siege, training shelter, training shelter. Oh, advances. Ah, shit, I don't have... Oh, medical. No, 10 medical ones? Oh, that's like... That's exactly the amount I need for the next tier. God. I think this means I don't really need to run the rank 3 ones anymore. Nope, just missing one more. Still did like a lot of advances as well. And familial. So I guess I need to start running tier 4 bounties, right? Advances and familial and tier 5 ones, okay. I hate these so much.
Get moving. We're short.
But yeah, I don't pretend to know everything there is to know about how Warframe trading works, though. That's what I mean.
Meanwhile, I have a few things for you to take care
And all I'm saying, like, game economies are a bit less predictable because they don't just depend on supply and demand, but also like in-game events, and like it's a lot easier for like developers to kind of like manipulate those.
Let's deal with the first order of business.
Okay, so I'm gonna be doing like a few bounties here because I need to, unfortunately.
Corpus, kill it. And do it quick. We got plenty. Once they clock what you're doing, they'll react. Then it's all diminishing returns. Time's short. Go.
Actually, I think this might be a good idea to start leveling up my Necramech as well.
I'd say you're about half done. Anything less and this op won't be effective.
No, wait. Disconnect? Oh, just chat. Chat is having a few issues if you're typing something. Might want to retype it now that it looks to be bugged. No! Doggy! My doggy died. Dumb. Curse you!
Hey, blast, Sparky. Toward the end, their emergency comms got real interesting. I want you to check something out.
It's like no one's joining in. It's almost as if this area is not very fun to play. Imagine that. Yeah, like the gained over 100 platinum just for Nikana Prime? Really? Like I said, I have a relic for the hilt. Maybe you want to try that. Actually, once I'm done from here. I mean, that's probably gonna shave like a good like 50 or 60 platinum from the prices, right? The hilt is like the rare part, so it's probably like the most expensive one. $75? Whoa. Jesus, that's so much for like a single part. No. Yeah. I forgot. This is kind of like a harder mission. Come on. One more. There we go.
Feel like you believe in you, the
Oh, yeah. I guess we can try 2 of those if you want.
Here's what we're gonna do.
Oh, that was like so dumb. I don't need Aya. I need the familial depth bonds and like the advances ones. Come on.
Reports a quill drive running a standard picket. Prep for ambush.
Like, why are you like that game?
Sit tight and get ready to move. Once the trap goes off, the taxmen are going to respond. There it is. Steady. Steady. Perfect. Call drive disabled. And the gorgeous. Corpus response is en route. Get me access to that data mass as quick as you can.
So yeah, I would probably like take this opportunity to level up the Necramech, but I would also like to, you know, get the extra standing from like getting the optional objective, which means I can't really let that thing take too much damage. So Mesa is kind of like more efficient towards that. You know, what with like the aim hack. Like, how did that design meeting go at like Digital Extremes? Like, they're like designing Mesa. What should we give her? Just like give her like an aimbot. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Peace for a little longer.
Turn on a mode and just like everything gets like gunned down automatically. No aiming required. Also, I'm pretty sure whenever I play Mesa, people get like very upset that like how much I'm spamming like the ability, because like it does like that damn sound kind of like every single time, so just like all over the place.
Files extracted, and they hardly laid around on that coil drive. Whatever it's carrying is all yours.
Okay, come on. Where's the next one? About this way.
Not sure why, but some of the things are
Whoa! Hey.
It is funds, take them out. Steal his access code.
Wait,
and let's
credits?
see what
Oh.
happens.
Am I gonna find enough? And in like 3 minutes? I don't know. Feels a bit tight. I'm not letting up. They're just not like sending more dudes to die. I mean, yeah, I guess. Ooh, hello. Money, money.
Excellent. We can use those credits to help people. Now, response scrambled, and we got a target. Go get him, Sparky.
Yay.
Smucker making my part for us.
Okay, one more. What's gonna be like the last one? We've done like the... Oh, maybe it's like a drone defense. Or the underground sabotage one.
Here we go. The main prize.
Nah, excavators. I don't like this one. That's so annoying. But although I do hate the underground one a lot more, so this one's okay comparatively.
Excavators incoming. The corpus will attempt to disrupt operations. Prevent this.
Come on, give me a power cell. Oh, there we go.
Power cell. Keep that excavator chugging.
Need one more. Oh, okay, we're done. One more, and now just defend. Oh. Not depth bonds though, damn it. This sucks so much. And I swear, like in the wiki, it says like the first stage is like 20% chance to get like one of those, or like two of those, I guess. But all that I've done, I've seen like maybe like a handful throughout, you know, leveling this faction.
Done. We've got weapons to make, vehicles to repair, bodies to mend, and this right here is gonna make it possible.
And bonus higher. I mean, that's nice. So, don't know if like Jungle Roba is still around. We can just like try getting the Nikana part. Let me just go rad that. I don't think we're gonna find like a group for those though, so guess we just go with what we have and hope someone else joins in. Let's see, Nikana. N8? Yeah, N8. I can only rad 2 of them though, unfortunately. Can like spend the other ones trying to get the Frost. Wait, was it like Neo? N3? N8, okay. Neo N8. And like anyone else in chat is playing Warframe, feel free to tag along, I guess. Yeah, I'm not seeing anyone running N8, unfortunately. Oh! Looking for Meso N8 Rad. But if we add this guy, then that kind of like commits us finding another one afterwards. Oh, there we go. So I don't really know if we're gonna be able to do that. Oh. Wrong channel, by the way. I mean, just like put that as well. Yeah, I know it switches you over. It's kind of like it's just like hilarious. I've done this like more times than I care to admit. There's like even more I'm using with this like other people in chat that you don't really like know. And wait, what? Oh, I found one. Okay, hold on. Invite. Let's see if like anyone else pops up. It's like Neo N8, right? Oh, never mind. We got one. So let's see. Also, someone invited me for whatever reason. Interception. Oh, Meso N8. Sorry, yeah. I mean, Extermination's still up. Let's see. Meso N8 Radiant. Let's go. Let's go get it. Get my RNG pants on. As I get like RNGs in chat. I always wanted to do that. I don't really have like people that like a lot of like subscribers to be able to like go, yeah, go RNG in chat. But you know, I was like gonna do it for like good luck. Imagine if it works and like spreads out, and then I get like 100 subscribers that like all just like need the lucky emote. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. Thankfully, I honestly I wouldn't want 100 subscribers, because that kind of like obliges you to like do streaming as like a full-time job.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines.
If there's like 100 people like paying you for stuff. I saw an 8. Okay.
Use the synthesis scanner to track the creature.
Wait. A Janthan left squad? What? Oh, come on. Are we gonna like redo the group now? Yeah, remake. God. Yeah. Yeah, the other guy left as well. Might as well like abort the mission, right? God, that guy's like such a dick.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
Mission failed. No, other players failed. Oh wait, these are Jonathan guys like... Oh, never mind, he just left. What? He was like still in the party with me. How? How does that even work? Oh, hey, I maxed out the vermi slicer. So what's next? No, it's not Sestra, it's... Comac? I guess like the twin Comac. Don't enjoy them much. As I also need Kana Prime. So the other guy was like this BK Bernines person, which I invited. Wait, invited me to a game? Dude, I'm like... Session can only be joined by invitation from the host. Nope. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Like, the other guy invited me. Oh, no. Wait, if I accept, then it's gonna like drop me from this group and put me in this one, right? I don't really want to do that. This Russia has, yeah, I get that. I mean, like I said, we can try if you want, but like if you just like want to go buy them, that's fine as well. I like probably like saves at least the what's it called, like the 75 platinum. Jesus Christ. 75 platinum, like if it drops, I'm looting it myself and selling it. Seriously. Like very expensive. The sanity? Well, what about the sanity? I mean, playing with other players is insanity to begin with. There we go. But you know, it saves like 75 platinum if this drops now. Because like we're looking for like the rare drop, the hilt. And apparently that's like quite pricey. It's like so much. Like, I don't think I've ever paid more than 50 platinum for any one part of anything. And that was like a warframe, not like a weapon. The other guy picked the wrong relic. Wait, what?
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction.
What? Wow. Wow, this is not going well. Either misclicked or glitching. The devil's charm person, right? Guessing the latter, yeah. Want to just go like the two of us and like matches with like whoever, or yep. He left pretty fast. Sure, don't care. Okay, then we just like do this. It's like probably two lucky people joining if it drops. I mean, yeah, this is like, oh, and the extermination one's gone. Hey, we got capture, which is even faster, so great. Let's go like RNG again. Fingers crossed. Meso B2, Meso N5 Radiant. Huh. N5, what was N5 again? Nidus? Can't be Nikana again. It's probably like Nidus Prime. Maybe no idea Prime. I like capture missions. They're like so fast. You don't really have to do much of anything except like kill a dude. And done. Now we just need to like get like 10 like void relics or whatever they're called, and that's it. Oh, Celery. Nice.
The relic has been cracked open.
And we're also kind of done on...
To find out what's inside.
Everyone opened it? Lovely. Let's a go! let's get like a good roll this time. Oh, come on. What the? Yeah, as you can tell, I'm not very good at the traversal part of this game. Ah, jeez. Hey, you got the string as well, at least. Oh, that's something. What can I actually get? I get the Cernos for 25. Fuck it. I mean, it's something. At the end of the day. It's not like the exact something that you wanted, but it's something. It's like trying to catch like a big ass bass and getting like a tiny little sardine. And it's like, ah, sure, why not? Could be worse. Could be a boot instead. Wait, what? Oh wait, this guy's like keep doing N5s. I don't have any more though. I need to go buy them. Yeah. Sadly. I don't know. Do you want like try like a few more, or are you gonna just like gonna buy them? Because like all the leftover Aya that I have, I'm probably gonna put towards trying to get. Oh, I got another one. Nice. I'm actually gonna put them towards trying to get like the frost schematic blueprint. And try 2 more. Sure. Let me just like go buy them then. I actually think I have 4 Aya now. Because I got 2 or 3 from like the bounty that I did. Bounties that I did. And I got like 1 just now from the relic packs. Which is insane. Like at the start of this event, I couldn't get enough of them like fast enough, and now I'm just like having spares. Like how did that like happen? Yeah, I got 3. Okay, so N8, right? Get 2 of them. Okay. I am probably not gonna be able to make both of them radiant though. Sadly. Probably. I don't know. We'll see. Capture. You know, I'm just gonna do the real like RNG emote. I'm pretty sure I also had my head as an emote at some point, because like Chris52 did like like an emoticon of me with like my previous like headset. I have it on my Discord for sure. I don't know why I didn't put it on Twitch. Well, actually no, I do know why I didn't put it on Twitch. Is because we have like limited slots. So, yeah. That is why.
On a capture mission, you must find, capture, and extract our target. Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno. That's it. You open the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
No. Ah, wrong way. That's like my apologies and my constant apologies at like keeping everyone like slowed down. Like I would like jokingly go, "Ah, this is the real like rank 29 expertise." Is an actual gray face? Gray face? I don't. I think it's like haha the mode because like he captured me while laughing or something. God damn it! What's this? This is annoying. MR29. Yeah, exactly. There's like the joke. Oh, this is like the you need to have like the expertise to know that that's all you need to use. You could play along and go like, oh, with age comes expertise, young grasshopper, or something like that. You know, some like dumb kind of like Karate Kid kind of thing. Ah, there we go. We got another one. So yeah, I don't like probably for tomorrow I'm gonna try and like start the council. Well, yeah, I mean, again, that's like the I semi joke about this, but that would also count as like expertise. It's kind of like, you know, there's like the more you play these kinds of games, the more you gravitate towards kind of like the more efficient or like the more fun or like the more something or another. You like tend to optimize your fun or like your grinding or like whatever you're playing these games for. Oh yeah, this weapon is kind of shit. Huh. Maybe I shouldn't be doing capture missions with my leveling gear on.
We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
But yeah, I also might not actually stream tomorrow because if I start the council tomorrow, I'm gonna have to, like, I might like I'm probably gonna also stream on like Sunday evening, to continue it. But I'd rather not go like 3 days without like playing like a story heavy game like that. So yeah, we will see. Like maybe I might not stream tomorrow. Just like take like an early day off since I finished Syberia. Like originally, I also kind of wanted to start like a bit of this Gaia 5 on stream, but then I kind of realized that I prefer to play that off stream because it's kind of like one of those like comfort games for me that you just like fool around for an hour or so and just like, you know, this is good for some working still. I mean, yeah, we got like 3 of them. Yeah, 3 of them. Where are the rest of... Oh. Oh, they're a bit far away. There we go. Hey, look at that! Nikana Prime. Nope. Jesus Christ. Ah, it doesn't even matter anymore. The actual... Fuck. Ah, shakes fist. Curses. Also, yeah, by the way, I have been so focused at collecting all the warframes from Prime Resurgence and haven't actually leveled any of them. So, at this point, let me show you. I actually have, well, let's see. I actually have like 26 warframes that I need to level up. So it's like 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 21, 24, and like Hydroid. Very much recommend Titania. I mean, yeah, I know. I've been meaning to kind of like level her up. Same with like Mug, same with like Nidus, Nasia as well. Like kind of like there's like I've been meaning to build up all of these to some extent. I just don't. Because I am too bored. Mod config Titania Prime. Oh, the Razor Wing Blitz thing. Yeah, I know. But I need to level here first. It's like it's so boring leveling new warframes. I hate it. I hate it so much. Like is it dumb that I love playing this game but I hate the grind in it? Where like, you know, the grind is the whole point of the game to begin with. Oh, that's something. Grinding. Yeah, I mean that's actually the thing. I like the grind itself, but only if it's like for the drops, not for like the leveling of those drops. That's like such a dumb thing as well. Like I haven't even gone like getting like the regular Necros. I have Necros Prime, but not the regular one. For like whatever reason. Also, I need... Wait. Oh. Yeah, I need like a bunch of polymer to be able to finish Valkyr. So having a weapon from several format to do millions of damage. Wait, are there like 7 format builds out there? Because like, speaking of like the 7-time level thing, I've seen like some people online mention that you can kind of like exploit Banshee's Helminth ability. Seltra.
Sadly, this vile mass
oh, okay.
serves you and your warframes unnecessary evil.
I've heard like people. So basically, Banshee has like an ability called where was it, like silence? Is this one? Yeah. So you infuse this into your warframe. You install it to a warframe. And you mod it for range and I think efficiency. And basically what this allows you to do in combination with like an explosive weapon, it lets you abuse the fact that when you mod this, it doesn't alert enemies or something like that. So basically, I mean, I'm pretty sure Jungle Roba knows this, but like there's, for like, the benefit, I guess, Rooks, if he's still around, and like other people that might still be around. There's basically a mechanic in this game where if you stack stealth kills, you get like an XP multiplier. Basically, if you can kill enemies without them being alerted, you get like a progressively higher stealth bonus. It's like basically it's like 100% per kill, and it caps out at like 700% or something. So basically, there's like a setup where you can abuse Banshee's silence ability with the mod, the class mod that you get from Cephalon Suda, I think. Also works with Ivara, yeah, but like the one I'm talking about, it lets you run around with an explosive weapon and killing everything in AoE without alerting it and getting like a bunch of like ×7 XP. Like the video that I saw of this, you can level a Warframe from like rank 0 to like rank 13 like maybe 3 minutes just by running through the area and like blowing everything up. But it requires like a very specific build. You also require a weapon that does explosive damage because like of the AoE, and you also require the primed sure-footed mod so that the explosions don't stagger you while you're running around. So you need Banshee's abilities subsumed. You need the Banshee class mod that makes the AoE not alert enemies. You need an explosive weapon, and you need prime sure-footed maxed out, basically. But like once you get all of that, there's like some like mid-level missions at like the 20-25 range that you kind of run around in and just like blow everything up constantly. And because they don't get alerted because of silence, you get like ×7 the XP. Sounds very fiddly, but it also sounds a hell of a lot more interesting than running Hydron for like 30,000 waves. You know, I mean, that's kind of like what I'm trying to like get out of having to do. Because like, okay, affinity boosts are fine and all, but it still takes forever and it's kind of boring just doing like defense missions. At least the method that they're describing in the video is like a lot faster and also a lot more interesting, like combat-wise, because it is like a bit fiddly. It takes a fair bit of practice to not lose your stealth multiplier. But yeah, like eventually I'm gonna do that as well. And probably like shoot all the way to rank 20, 21. Okay, I'm just like gonna run one more F2 for my friend. I don't think it's gonna drop, but you never know. Wait, what? Game crashed? Oh, game crashed. Okay. That hasn't happened in like ages. Oh, wait. Steam crashed. Excuse me? Huh. That was weird. I was kind of like verifying the installation as well. Oh, this is giving me like flashbacks to when my hard disk failed. I hope this hasn't happened again. I'm gonna like freak out. I've had like enough wait, why is it stuck verifying the installation? Like you guys can still see me, right? Mm-hmm. Wait, are the Steam servers down? Oh wait, it's Wednesday. Is it? Oh, is it today the maintenance? No, it can't be, right? As usual in Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, true. But my friends list is not loading on. Oh, never mind. It's up now. Updating user configuration. I don't know what that means. I've never seen like Steam do this. Updating user configuration. What on earth is that? Yeah, Steam won't launch for whatever reason. Let me just like check the processes. I mean, it's running in the background. Whole bunch. Like a bunch of... The operation could not be completed. Oh. Please. I'm just like seriously getting... like a lot of like bad flashbacks to when the drive failed. No, okay, now it's connecting, I guess. Oh boy, please. Please don't fuck up. I mean, yeah, everything else is working correctly. It's not like an internet issue either. Because, you know, I'm still streaming. Like Steam is running in the processes, but it's not loading up the front end for whatever reason. Could maybe try and like restarting the computer. I mean, my the performance metrics aren't that bad either, considering I'm like streaming already. Although my hard disk, not like the SSD, like my hard disk is at like 100% usage. So Steam is trying to read like the library I have on my hard disk. Oh. So if the hard disk also ends up failing, I'm gonna get very pissed off. Yeah, it's like constant, like 100%. Could I actually really have like 2 hard disk fails in like 1 month? How unlucky would that be? I mean, it's still like responding, just not very well. So what's the command for hold on. I need to run it like command line with admin, right? Sorry for troubleshooting on stream, because I'm just like, Get status. Oh, they're like all okay. There's like no smart failures or anything. Just like, I don't know what Steam is trying to do. It's like hogging like 100% of the disk it's on. Oh, okay, now it's dropped. Huh. Weird. Still like very, very slow. Maybe I should have installed Steam on the SSD. Well, anyway, I think I've put everyone through my troubleshooting woes enough. So I think this is like a good as any time to call it. I'm just like gonna see if like a restart kind of like helps things out, and I'll see you all around hopefully tomorrow if the PC doesn't explode in the meantime, which honestly the last few days it feels like it's like very close to doing just that. But yeah, have a lovely rest of the evening, and please wish me well for my rest of the evening. I'll see you around soon. Good night. Bye-bye.